In late summer 1947, the British Empire fractured its Indian colony, triggering a massive migration. Millions fled their homes, scrambling to cross newly drawn borders. But months before those borderlines were finalized, an aging Mahatma Gandhi walked in the opposite direction, straight into a burning district in East Bengal. He treated this journey as a desperate, calculated final experiment to prove the two-nation theory wrong, before it was too late. The British were preparing to divide the territory on the belief that Hindus and Muslims were separate nationalities who could no longer coexist. Gandhi believed Noakhali was the ultimate test case. If he could not maintain a shared community in this one district, the moral argument for a unified India would collapse, leaving a violent partition as the only remaining political path. For generations, Noakhali had been an interconnected agrarian society. Hindu landlords and Muslim cultivators shared the same crop cycles, visited the same shrines, and built their lives around mutual material interests. That social fabric was ripped apart in October 1946. National agitation for separate states sparked local riots, and in a matter of days, neighbors were attacking neighbors, burning homes and displacing the Hindu minority. This sparked the existential minority question. Could a vulnerable religious minority ever find safety within a territory dominated by a different religious majority? Muslim leaders urged Gandhi to leave Noakhali and address the massacres of Muslims in the province of Bihar. Gandhi refused, stubbornly rooting his work in this specific district. He remained because he wanted to prove a point on a human level. If he, a prominent Hindu, could be safely accepted back into an inflamed Muslim community, he could demonstrate that religious identity did not necessitate permanent social separation. Gandhi's strategy immediately collided with the political realities of the Bengal premier, Hussain Shahid Suharwardi. Suharwardi accused Gandhi of bias. He pointed to the thousands of dead Muslims in Bihar and argued that Gandhi was ignoring a massive demographic crisis to focus on a few local villages. Gandhi countered that Noakhali was his control group. He believed that if he could treat the root cause of the violence here, he wouldn't have to chase symptoms across the entire country. His diagnosis was that the violence was not driven by inherent hatred, but by a contagious psychological fear, one that hijacked community bonds and caused majorities to attack out of perceived threats. The two men represented a clash in crisis management. Suharwardi demanded demographic protection to keep the groups apart, while Gandhi demanded psychological integration to kill the fear keeping them from coming together. In the field, Gandhi was rigid. When terrified Hindus asked for armed safe zones or protection leagues, he refused. He argued that drawing physical boundaries only identifies people as targets, effectively preparing the community for an inevitable war. Instead, he demanded fearlessness. He formed peace committees where leaders from both sides pledged to die defending the other community from their own people. For his own field test, Gandhi sought out a Muslim family to host him. He knew the region lacked stories of mutual trust, so he set out to create them through his own presence. This strategy relied on a high-stakes gamble, that by stripping away every physical defense and embracing total vulnerability, the minority could confront the conscience of their neighbors and stop the cycle of violence. In Noakhali, the violence actually subsided. Even Suharwardi was eventually convinced, later using these same methods of nonviolent integration to settle riots in Calcutta. But on a national level, Gandhi ran out of time. In August 1947, the British executed an abrupt exit, formally partitioning the subcontinent. The mass segregation Gandhi had warned against became a bloody reality. Millions of people found themselves on the wrong side of new borders, leading to the exact displacement he had tried to prevent. A successful proof of concept at the local level was bulldozed by impatient machinery of nation-building. Yet, the assumption that partition immediately severed the Noakhali community is not entirely accurate. Displaced Hindus and local Muslims maintained deep ties, shared properties, and exchanged letters into the 1960s. The foundational trust Gandhi fought for outlasted the lines drawn on the map. The enduring lesson of the Noakhali experiment remains. Communal violence is not solved by drawing borders to hide the vulnerable, but by finding the courage to integrate and face the fear.